So, welcome everyone. Let me go ahead and mute up everyone. Okay, I want to welcome you guys tonight. Just so you know, for the next, through the end of the year probably, we'll have speakers from our own team. So I have asked, Star Diamonds from our team to, lead a team call since a lot of you may not know a lot of our other diamonds and star diamonds on the team. So I asked for volunteers. So each week will be a different volunteer, and they'll speak on something that they're an expert in or something they want to be an expert in. So tonight, the first leader who stepped up was Jessica Bray. She has been a coach for 2 years. She's a lifetime diamond. She was a Success Club starter, which means she earned a free ticket to Summit. She has hit Success Club 8 out of the past 9 months, and she's a full-time coach, a wife, and a mother, and she's the leader of the Dream Squad. So, Jessica, if you want to take it away.
Hi, guys. So, I am super duper nervous. I have never spoken for this long ever to any number of people, so this may go really fast. It might be our shortest call in history. Hopefully not, but I have my little notes and I will try to look up as I go over them. So bear with me. So tonight's call is, do your actions meet your goals? And I think that is something that a lot of us struggle with. I think that it's something that all of us will deal with at one point or another in our careers as coaches, whether it's because we're new and we don't know what the hell we're doing, or it's because life has kind of gotten in the way and we got sidetracked from, keeping our eye on the prize and the goal where we're supposed to be, or a failure knocks the wind out of us and it totally knocks us off track and we get lost and don't keep, again, our eye on the prize and fall off track. So the best thing that you can do, the most important thing you can do when you find that has happened, is to get back on track as soon as possible. So I am going to go over a list of things that kind of maybe a checklist, in my opinion, of what you can ask yourself and go over, and things that you can do to make sure that your actions are in line with your goals. All of this stuff I think is really kind of similar with how we coach our challengers. When we have a challenger that comes to us and says, why am I not losing the weight? Why am I not fitting into the dress that I wanted? You kind of have to, we're going to ask them to do a gut check. And, are you following the meal plan? Are you doing the workouts? And if the answers are no, that's why. And so we have to turn around and take that same look at ourselves and our businesses. And if we're not following the 4 vital behaviors, if we're not, showing up for events and taking advantage and putting the time in that we need to, that's why your business isn't where you want it to be. Your business is exactly where you have worked for it to be. So you need to decide if that's good enough right now or if you want more. So my first tip is to decide or figure out what your goals are. You can't make sure that your actions are in line with your goals unless you actually have your goals in front of you. You need to write them down. You need to tell your support system, whether that's your family or your upline coach or your downline coaches, whoever you want to share that information with, share it, get it out there. Just like we ask our challengers to, make sure they're SMART goals. You need to get specific. They need to be, you need to know what exactly it is that you want. When do you want to get there by? Make sure that it's, what's a SMART goal? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time sensitive. So whether those goals are weight loss or income or rank or making it to a leadership event, I think these things apply across the board. You take them and apply them to your challengers, to your business, maybe even some other things in your life. So I think first of all, again, you want to start visualizing. Once you get your goals figured out, start to visualize them in your head, start to feel them, start to imagine them as if they were already happening. You already had them, and act as if. I know Greg posted a couple of weeks ago a worksheet that's called 7 Levels Deep, try to help you find that why. So those of us who don't have a good why, or really have specific tangible goals that you want to reach, that's something that you probably want to look up in the file section of the group and take a look at that, fill that out, see if that can help get you started on the right path. The second thing that you need to do is really have a gut check, and that is an honest gut check. It is way, way easier to tell yourself you're doing everything that you need to do and then bitch and complain that you're not hitting your goals than it is to actually be honest with yourself, change what you're doing, and step up to the plate and do what you need to do. I can guarantee that more than half of us are not doing what we need to do to reach our goals. And that's a tough pill to swallow. We're all going to be there at one point or another. But as long as you're honest with yourself, and if you need to ask for help, you can always get back on track and right the ship to get where you need to go. Let's see. My next tip is to get a success partner. Give them permission to be honest with you. They need to be able to hound your ass on a regular basis and know that you guys can still be friends in the morning in order for it to be a productive relationship. You do not want a success partner that is a yes ma'am or a yes sir. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't help anybody to be told what you want to hear, because I can tell myself what I want to hear. I don't need somebody else to do it for me. You may need to test out a few different success partners along the way and make sure that you find a good fit. It's helpful to find a success partner that has opposite strengths and weaknesses as you do, so that you guys can push and pull each other in the areas where it's needed. I have a questionnaire, a success partner questionnaire, kind of an interview type of thing, where you guys can write down what your strengths and weaknesses are, what your goals are, and see if they match up. And so once this call's over, I'll post that in the group as well, so that maybe that will be a helpful tool for some of us to find that success partner we've been looking for. I know that's been posted about a lot lately, and it's a must-have. Personal development is my 4th tip. And there's a reason why personal development is a vital behavior. You have to grow your way into your goals. No one is born a great leader. And I'm not just talking about reading books or listening to audio in the car. I'm talking about keeping your eyes peeled for opportunities to grow and stretch your limits. It's outside of your comfort zone. We all know that's exactly where all the magic happens and all the wonderful things occur. So as an example, tonight, when Greg asked us to sign up for these calls, I signed up to do this in November. I'm in the middle of moving. We move in 10 days. My life is a circus right now. But he said, hey, do you think you could do that next week for me? That'd be awesome. And after I peed myself, I said, sure, I can do that. Because in all honesty, if I had put it off until November, my life still would be a circus for one reason or another, and I still would have put off all the preparation till the day of. So might as well get it out of the way. And I will have gotten my first team training under my belt already. So look for those opportunities, even if you are scared out of your mind or think that there is no reason in hell why anyone would want your opinion on anything. It's a fabulous opportunity, and you'll feel like a rock star when you're done. But I'm also talking about making your way to events. There's no excuse why anybody shouldn't be making it to Super Saturdays. There's no excuse why nobody should be, why there should be anybody who misses Summit next year. Those things are absolute game changers, and we've all heard that before. And I can tell you from experience as well, Summit was a game changer for me this year, and I had not been before, sadly. So If you are unhappy with where your business is, again, it is because you are not putting forth the effort to make the things happen that need to happen. Super Saturdays, summits, training webinars. If you feel like you have a weakness somewhere else, creativity or writing, like you aren't good at writing posts, find a training about it, then put in the effort. It's worth it. My 5th tip is to get organized. Follow a schedule or a calendar. If you want to be dependable to both your customers and your downline of coaches. If you are flying by the seat of your pants, your business will feel like a roller coaster, and that sucks. That's no fun. It's no fun to run your business like a chicken with its head cut off, and all the people you're trying to attract to you will feel that, and it's not fair to bring them on that roller coaster ride with you. It's not going to get you where you want to be. So I think that we've all, it's been talked about at different points or another, but if you're new and you haven't heard us talk about, Anita Myron has a wonderful training on YouTube about how she sets up her month. These all need to be running free groups, challenge groups, sneak peeks, new coach trainings every month. And luckily, Team Engage is awesome, and you can join in the Team Engage sneak peeks and new coach training. So there isn't any reason why those shouldn't already be on your calendar, and you shouldn't be prepared and ready to invite people to join those. Tip 6, tracking. You cannot track, my little tip. If you don't track it, you can't improve it. I know we've heard this stuff before, but it's worth repeating. And this is the one I am horrible at. Honestly, because I think it sucks to track something and find out it doesn't work, and then what the hell am I supposed to do now? I went to all the trouble to figure something else out or put together a challenge group, and it sucked eggs, so now I have to figure it all out again, and I don't want to have to do that. But you have to fix those things. You have to, again, step up to the plate, get out of your comfort zone, figure it out, or you're going to be stuck where you're at. And wouldn't you rather spend the time and energy putting together something new and better and improved than flushing money down the drain or energy down the drain on something that doesn't work and isn't going to get you where you want to be? Let's see. And how are you supposed to know if your actions are getting you to your goals or not if you're not tracking the baby steps along the way? And if you fall off track, you won't know it if you're not paying attention. And then you could be miles off track before you realize it and try to right the ship rather than just a couple of inches. It's a much easier nudge the sooner you catch it. So, and here's my my little quip, I guess, that I wrote. You can't just keep throwing crap at the wall and hope you wake up a superstar millionaire. All right. And the bottom line, the biggest thing that keeps our actions from matching our goals is our excuses. So I want you guys to all make a list of your top 5 excuses and then flip the script on them and find a way you can make them positive or how you can fix them, fix that situation, how you can make that not your excuse, how you can call BS on your own excuse. If you think you are too busy, you need to take a harder look at your schedule. You need to figure out where you can make some little adjustments. Even the smallest adjustment can make a huge difference in your business as far as time's considered. And if it's focused time, it can make a huge difference, even if it's just 15 minutes. So again, be honest with yourself. If you don't know how to do something, if that's your excuse, then you need to Google the shit out of it. There's a ton of YouTube trainings and other trainings available everywhere. We all know that. So I don't ever want to hear anybody say, I don't know how to do that, so that's why I don't have a website, or why I don't have a funnel, or why I don't send out a newsletter. There's ways to figure out how to do it. If your excuse is, I'm just not good at, I don't know, writing posts, I'm not good at taking pictures, I'm not good at coming up with ideas. First of all, you need to start telling yourself that you are. Your brain hears, I guess your brain hears what you're telling it. So there's nothing worse than a negative self-fulfilling prophecy. I've done this myself. That was part of one of the things I learned in the Miracle Morning. And it's a big game changer. It doesn't happen right away, but if you're going to tell yourself something that you're awful at something repeatedly, there's no way you'll ever get good at it. And secondly, if that's your excuse, you need to go back and Google the shit out of it. So 2 last things before I wrap it up. See, this might be the shortest call ever. Sorry. If you are feeling overwhelmed, I know if you're a new coach especially, there is a ton of stuff coming at you. And if you're a newer coach and you're a more seasoned coach and you're learning new things, it can still be overwhelming to try to figure out where to point your ship and what to learn and what to figure out first. So the first thing I would suggest is to take a step back, make a list of everything that you need to do. Do an absolute brain dump, get it all out. And then you need to prioritize everything. And it helps if you highlight in one color everything that is an income producing activity, and then take a different color highlighter and highlight everything else on that list that is a project that you've been wanting to work on. And then you need to take a hard look at how much time you're spending on things that actually make you money and get you closer to your goals versus the things that are just keeping you busy. And lastly, throughout all of this, all the way to your goals, no matter what they are, you are going to encounter some growing pains. And the best thing that you can do is not quit. Those growing pains are what separate those of us who will reach our goals from those of us that won't, because growing pains suck. And if you give up at the first sign of difficulty or frustration, you're never going to, again, grow out of your shell into that leader that you want to become. You're never going to reach that goal that you want to get to if you don't push past your boundaries. So push through the growing pains and don't quit. That's all I got.
Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I thought about being Jeff Hill and like interrupting you and you know, that probably would have made it longer, right?
What's that? Oh, that way it would make it longer.
So, yeah, great tips. I didn't get all your tips. Maybe you could refresh everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What were like all, was there five tips?
There was 7.
7.
So let's see. My tip 1 was to really figure out what your goals are. Get specific. And my tip 2 was to really have an honest gut check with yourself. 3 was to get a success partner.
Okay, that one is great because I know that in our Diamond group, I'll just interject here as Jeff.
Yeah.
We had Mark Hildebrandt who posted this week about looking for a success partner. Mark Hildebrandt's a 3-star Diamond coach, and he needed a success partner. So if a 3-star Diamond needs a success partner, you know, how much does everybody else need a success partner?
Exactly.
So, and surprisingly, he had like a dozen responses, you know, of other Diamonds in the group who wanted a success partner, you know, as well. So, you know, if you guys on the call want a success partner, post in the Engage group, you know, just step out of your comfort zone, and I bet you'll find a dozen other people who are also interested in having a success partner. And then you can interview them like Jessica said and find out which one works best, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've had 2 or 3, and you got to find the one that fits. So tip 4 was personal development. That should all be on your to-do list anyway, but it really is, you know, my emphasis there was to look for ways to get out of your comfort zone. You know, because that's how we're going to get where we want to be, is to grow. If you don't look for those opportunities, you'll just stay stagnant. 5 is to get organized, not be fly by the seat of your pants. And 6 is to track things. 7 is to get rid of your excuses.
How do you get organized? Do you use something like TeamZ, or do you do something else?
I do have a TeamZ account where I track my contacts. And then that It helps me to, if it just tells me who I need to contact that day. That way there's not a billion different pieces of paper that I have. I'm not an Excel person. It's really, it's $30 a month, TeamZ. So you get your first month free, so you can test drive it. It's super easy to input all of your contacts from Facebook and all of your Beachbody leads. And then you can play with it for a month and see. And then maybe if you're still not quite sure, just pay for that next month, keep going and see how it works for you. I mean, you don't have to bite the bullet. If you decide it works, I think you can pay for a year in advance and it comes down to $25. But if you actually followed up with all of your people and stayed organized and managed your contacts better, it's probably the best $25 or $30 you'd spend. I also do have a calendar then where I keep, what's the team calendar that you have? I don't know what website that is. The Team Up?
Yeah, Team Up.
So I have one of those as well for my team so that they always know when the Team Engage coaching sneak peek is coming up, when the new coach training is coming up, when I'm running challenge groups, if they need to pop their people in my challenge groups and things like that. So, and I think it's just super important to become reliable to your audience as well. So they always know that, I mean, I guess some people would, you want to be reliable. I mean, yeah, they can always just, oh, well, I don't need to pay attention because I know she'll have another one next month. But you want them to be able to depend on you. So.
Yeah, so, I mean, a great call. I mean, I know, like, does your actions, right, the premise of the call is, right, do your actions match your goals? So I know if I was to ask every person on the call what their goal is, they're going to say their goal is to be diamond, right, by the end of the year, or to be, above diamond by the end of the year. But, what are you doing on a daily basis to achieve that goal? It's, are you, do you have a success partner? Do you have your goals set? I mean, are you tracking it? Are you doing your personal development, right? Are you attending every event like team calls, and Super Saturdays and stuff like that? How organized are you? It's like in the back office, they have the BATs, right? How many of you guys are filling out your BAT every day for how many people you invite and how many people you talk to and how many people, you're going after. So if you're not setting your weekly goals and tracking those weekly goals, then most likely you're not going to hit those big goals that you have by the end of the year. So,
and I know for me personally, I hate that back office BAT. I mean, I just don't like the looks of it. It's not user friendly for me. But you can Google activity tracker or even a Beachbody business activity tracker and Google or Pinterest. And coaches have uploaded so many different versions of that. So if you don't like it, that's certainly not an excuse. Find one that looks pretty to you that you will look at every day and want to use, and make sure you use it.
Yeah, and you can come up with your own,
Exactly. Yeah.
Pull out, at least, how many people you're inviting, how many friends you're getting, how many people you're talking to. I mean, that's the core of it, right? And I don't like filling out the form either, but, I have it in my head already. I know how many people I got to get into my sneak peek, and I know how many, friends I have to make, and I know how many people I need to talk to in order to hit my goal of SC 10 to 20 every single month. And to sign up, 3 to 5 coaches. So I already know, how many people I need to talk to. So you got to figure out how many people you need to talk to. And then you need to make sure that you're tracking it and doing it right every single month. So anybody else have questions for Jessica?
Yeah, Jessica, that whole idea of, if you doubt whether you can do something, you'll never be able to do it. There's a good quote that I like to throw out all the time. It's, it doesn't matter whether you think you can or think you can't, you're always going to be right.
Yes.
I think that's, from Henry Ford, and it's in the Miracle Mile book, or Miracle Morning book as well. But yeah, I use that one all the time with people.
I like it.
Yep.
And there was some other quote about throwing shit against the wall. And
I
like
said crap.
Oh, okay.
That was Google the shit out of it.
Oh,
Yes.
that's what it is. Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Anyone else?
Good job, Jessica. Thank you. I needed those tips, and I know Greg's trying to stretch it out, but I have to go to work right now, so I'm glad that it was short and sweet. It was like perfect for me. So awesome. Thanks for like stepping up.
You bet.
Giving us those tips.
Yep. Trish still needs to step up and take a slide.
Greg, shh, zip it.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. We'll keep it to a half hour tonight.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Short and sweet. All right.
All right. Have a good evening, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Great job.